Robyn from Pop Spectrum here. Let's talk about some Oscars. So we got 8 movies nominated for Best Movie of the Year, and I have taken the liberty of watching each of them, and I will say each of them do deserve that Oscar nomination. Now, since I watched each movie, I am going to compile them from good to best. Each film is awesome. They're amazing films to watch. But I am making this list from like what was good to the very, very top, which I truly believe deserves the Oscar for Movie of the Year. This is not worst to best because each movie is great. You have to see each movie. But it's just me basically going through like which one had the better story and the better presentation for me. This is based on my opinion, and I am going by what the movie gave me as a movie. That's what it took to make it, and what kind of a story it delivered. No politics, okay? I don't want to get any hate comments down below, okay? I'm just basing this on my opinions as a movie, okay? We are just judging these by how the movie is. So let's start. Number 8. Out of all 8 of them, the one that I would place at the very bottom, but it's still a very good movie, is Boyhood. Don't get me wrong. Everything about this movie, what it took to make it, is phenomenal. It took 12 years to make this movie. Why? Because they wanted to make it natural. They wanted to follow these kids growing up naturally, and then not like how like a little kid and then like hire another kid that looks like him, then hire a preteen or a teenager that looks like him, etc., etc. It's the same kid. Everybody grew up with this film. They took 12 years and you watch them age. So on that aspect, it's fascinating. On another note, it was amazing how they took note as to what phenomenal event was happening at the time. You had these kids going to a midnight release of Harry Potter. You had them going to a World Series game. You had them participating in the Obama-McCain election. It's just so well done of following these events and watching these kids being influenced by that. But at the same time, the story, it's highlighting the natural problems of American society, of kids in a broken home. But at the same time, you know, every family's got their problems. From rich to poor, we all have our problems. I had my problems growing up. You had your problems growing up. This isn't new. If anything, it made me feel depressed. I felt so bad for the mom. She was trying so hard for these kids to give them a normal life. Because the one thing that this movie highlighted was society's pressure for the norm, in which you go to high school, go to college, find your husband or your wife, get married, have kids, and the cycle continues with your kids and your grandkids and you die. That is society's norm, and we gotta break away from it. And it shows this family being broken by society's norms of like what we expect them in life for them to be happy. Because you have this couple that fell in love and got preggers before marriage, and they're like, okay, let's just go with this. And they had 2 kids, and they were trying to make things work, but the dad was, you know, being a slacker, he wasn't getting a job, wasn't providing for his family, he was an artiste. So the mom was like, you know what, screw you, I'm getting a divorce and taking care of my kids. And you see this woman struggle. You see her trying everything she can to do the right thing for her kids. And these are the most ungrateful little bastards I have ever seen in my life. Like the little brother, the boy that we're paying attention to. Like, he was struggling. But the older sister, ugh. I had my problems growing up, but I was never that ungrateful. But then again, I've never been in a situation that extreme, but I always knew that when situations were going down in my family, I would understand and I would do everything I can to help. I don't know what's with these kids. It's like, it just feels like half these kids would be like little brats saying that when things are not going my way, you're the worst parent ever. And then there's kids like me who would understand the situation and just not get into trouble. If anything, I made my sister's life a living hell, but that's what little sisters do. So yeah, it felt very obnoxious. I felt so bad for the mom. I just have mixed feelings about this movie because I appreciate every effort that went into this movie, but the story, I didn't like it.
What do you want to be, Mason? What do you want to do?
Alright, the next movie on the list, number 7, Selma. I went into this movie knowing what's going to happen because I paid attention in history class. I paid attention. I got A's in American history. But I went into this movie knowing what was going to happen. So, if anything, I walked into this movie to analyze the cinematography and the acting. And I will say, it is a well done movie. It delivers the message. It knows what it's trying to show you. And it's accurately done. It shows the extremes of what really happened, because we've seen documentaries, we've read the history books. This made it feel like you're actually there, with how dramatic everything was, how real everything felt. So I will say, Selma is a very good movie. You walk away from it getting everything that you expected in the movie, but then some, because the cinematography was great, everything was just shot well. But I can understand why none of them were nominated for Best Acting, because after watching the other movies where all the other actors were, my mind was blown. And don't get me wrong, like, they did a great job acting. It just felt like those were on the Best Actors and the Best Actress list. Kind of brought it up a little bit more, delivering something I've never seen before. I look at Selma, I know what I'm expecting. I've seen this before. I've seen this in documentaries and history and reading this, so I knew what to expect. Every actor did everything that I was expecting. But the actors in the other films brought me something that I've never seen before. And I'll bring it up as we go along the way.
What happens when a man stands up, says enough is enough?
Next one on the list is the one that felt like a breath of fresh air from all this drama, but at the same time I was kind of questioning how it got nominated for Best Movie. The Grand Budapest Hotel. It's cute. It is so cute. I love smart humor. I miss smart humor. This is smart humor. With amazing characters. Everything is so colorful. Everything is shot so well. The pacing is so well done, and you're just having the time of your life watching this film. It's a miracle that it got nominated because it feels like everything else is just so dramatic, it has to have a point. But Grand Budapest Hotel is just like, we're gonna have some fun, kids. And that's what it is. The Grand Budapest Hotel, it brought me a breath of fresh air when it comes to a delightful, cheery, kind of dark humor of a movie. And it was just so much fun to watch. You gotta watch the Grand Budapest Hotel. It's just so much fun. And I think all of us want to have a little Gustav in our life, because Gustav, you're just an amazing character, and we all want Zero as our sidekick, because Zero can get shit done. Those two were just the most amazing pairing that I've seen. This is like a dark humor, buddy road trip shenanigans kind of a movie. It is so smart, and we needed this. We needed to see this movie. So that's why I kind of ranked it above Boyhood and Selma, because I had so much fun watching this movie. And it's a smart, delightful, dark humor movie. And we need more like that. We need more Gustavs and Zeros.
Indeed, that's what we provide in our own modest, humble, insignificant... Oh, fuck it.
And now for the movie that's above the Grand Budapest Hotel. This one has gotten praises all over the world as an amazing, one-of-a-kind film. It has a powerful message to it, but it lands at number 5 on my list, Birdman. It is an interesting flick because I've never felt so sorry for celebrities before I watched this movie. But now I'm just like, oh, you poor souls. As when you look at actors like Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, no matter what they do or what they try, they're always going to be remembered as that one character that brought them millions and billions of dollars. Iron Man, Captain Jack Sparrow, Captain America. Batman, Superman, these actors are forevermore tagged to their characters when they just want to make art. There are some celebrities that just do it for the money. They do it to be in the movies, and they do it to be millionaires. But then there are some like Christopher Reeve that don't like it. They'll do it for the money to pursue what they really want to do. And if anything, Birdman felt like a life story of Christopher Reeve, where Christopher Reeve would do Superman movies that he did not want to do, get his money, and then go back to Broadway because that's all he wanted to do. This movie had an actor who everyone loves as Birdman. You're Birdman! You're Birdman! But he wants to be something more. He wants to bring something artistic and something that he created and inspired generations beyond generations. But you have fans looking at him like he's nothing more than just a one-note wonder, that he's just Birdman. And you have theater critics that hate him because he's like, you are just a celebrity, you are not an actor. And he just wants to act, he just wants to make art. Just give him a chance to see what he can do. And the play looked nice. I would have watched that play. Michael Keaton gave a phenomenal role as that celebrity that is struggling between what people expect of him and what he wants. And it's an amazing film.
Let's go back one more time and show them what we're capable of.
Now for my top 4. These 4, I don't care if any of these 4 win the Oscar for Best Picture because they're so close. These 4 movies impacted me in such a way that I didn't expect. And I kept switching which one would be in the top 4. Like, should it be this movie at number 4? Should that be number 1? All 4 of these are so good. And at number 4, this one was just... It was such a beautiful movie, and it was my number 1 pick for a while. But I had to put it down at number 4 because the other 3, oh my god, I'll get to those 3. But number 4, The Theory of Everything. It is such a beautiful, beautiful movie of Stephen Hawking's life. You have to watch this, but prepare the tissues. You get to see the person that Stephen Hawking wanted to be. He was just the bright-eyed, brilliant mind that just wanted to figure out the universe and fall in love and have a family until this illness took over his life and he was deteriorating into a shrivel of a man. He couldn't hold his children. He couldn't be there to support his wife. And with the wife, you felt so bad for her because she fell in love with him. She loved him with all of his heart, but it felt like with her, she was raising 4 children. They had 3. But with Stephen, it felt like she was raising 4. And you felt so sorry for these characters, but at the same time, you felt so hopeful because he wasn't willing to give up. He was still going out there, reaching for the stars in the universe and reaching out to people like, you can do this. Look at me. I can't move for myself, but here I am reaching out to you people. And the cutest moment in the whole movie was when he got his voice box for the first time and he could type to people and it would speak for him. And the cutest moment was when they put a paper bag over his head and he started driving around the house going, exterminate, exterminate. For everything going to hell for him. He had so much hope and joy in his life. It's such a beautiful movie. You have to watch The Theory of Everything.
Thank you.
Sorry, did you say something?
I said thank you.
Number 3. I was warned about this movie because I was told that if I didn't like it, I was unpatriotic, I would be un-American. So I accept this as a challenge. But I will say, as a movie, it is brilliant. The American Sniper. I was a little skeptical walking into this movie because I've seen way too many patriotic films. And I thought this would just be another one of them. But this is a movie. This is a wonderful, wonderful story of a soldier's struggle. He is the best sniper we have ever had in American history. But for him to go through hell and back and trying to recover, you have a wife that's reaching out to him, like, talk to me, let me understand you, and he's like, you cannot understand the shit that I have seen. And you really feel for him. Just watching every scene going down, from his job as a sniper taking down these people to save his crew, but doing his job at the same time, struggling with these people, these civilians that are marked as terrorists, but they're also citizens of this community that just wants this war to stop. It's a fine balance of the pros and cons of this war, and this man watching everything go down as he's just sniping everything that could threaten his men. And that's all that really matters to him. Like, if these people are gonna kill my men, I gotta take them down first, because that's my job. But you feel the struggle, you feel the anger that envelops him. I didn't expect a movie from this. Clint Eastwood, man. That was a well done movie. Now, number 2. God damn it. Number 2. Because a lot of people are like, well, American Sniper and another movie is my top 2. Why aren't people talking about Whiplash? Whiplash can sum up everything that is wrong in our society. It can point out everything that is wrong in Boyhood, where we are given these certificates as kids, where if we just participated, we did a good job. Stop that. Stop awarding certificates just to improve a kid's self-esteem. If they didn't win, if they didn't try hard enough, why are you rewarding them? And that's what this movie is about. It is highlighting the major flaw in our society, where we have parents and teachers giving pats on every kid's back, saying, oh, you got a C, well, at least you tried. No, you didn't. You did not try. I can't stress enough of this picture back in the 1960s, where this kid has like C's, D's, and F's, and the parents are like hounding this kid, like, can you explain these grades? And today, when that kid is getting C's, D's, and F's, the parents are yelling at the teacher, asking, explain these grades. Stop it! Will you stop it? Stop lowering the expectations of your child, because this country is gonna go to shit if we keep this up. And that's what Whiplash is all about. It is about this teacher that is trying to find the next great musician. And he goes all out to try to improve these kids, to try to find another success. And he has never been able to find one because these kids are giving up. They can't take the emotional trauma. And they're trying so hard to get this teacher out of this university because he's too strict. He is just so hard on these innocent young children that are just being emotionally traumatized. I hate society. This teacher is just, give me what you got, and if it's not good enough, get the hell out of here. You'll never make it. He tries so hard to reach out to these kids. It may seem extreme, and a lot of times as me and my friend Ellie are watching this movie, we're just like, well, that escalated quickly. You were just watching this movie at the edge of your seat, watching this teacher and this student go back and back, battling each other. It's like, I can do this. I can prove to you I am the best. He's like, you haven't proven shit to me so far. Whiplash is just a phenomenal film. And believe me, we need more teachers like him. one, Imitation Game. I thought long and hard on it. It's gotta be Imitation Game. Because it highlights a story that was supposed to be hidden. Something that we were never supposed to know about. We weren't supposed to know about this guy. About this man that literally shortened World War II by 2 years. That saved millions and millions of lives by decoding Enigma. But what happens to him? The struggle that went down to make this machine, and everyone judging him because he's different. Because he's not normal to their eyes. And what happens to him? At the end of the war, it makes you cry. Because, god damn it, this man is a hero. I can't say too much without spoiling this movie, but you get so angry when you find out about this man. This one-of-a-kind genius who's misunderstood beyond any level. Who's so traumatized and so scared of other people. Comes out and says, I can help you people. I can crack Enigma. Just give me a chance. And he saves us all. He shortens the war. He decodes the most impossible code of all time. And we weren't allowed to know about it. And because of one mistake. I just love all the text that happened at the end of the film. Because it felt like when we discovered about this man and what he did for us, we are trying everything we can to make up for what happened. How they made machines in dedication to him to try to further science because of this man. And you know what those machines are called? Computers. The man that Benedict Cumberbatch is portraying, that socially awkward, scared of other people, misunderstood man, saved all of us and inspired another generation to make computers. That is such a powerful impact. And that's why I believe The Imitation Game deserves to win the Oscar for Best Movie of the Year. And for portraying such a difficult role of a man that is so scared and yet trying so hard to save us all. Benedict Cumberbatch, you deserve that Oscar.
I'm just a mathematician.
Sometimes it is the people who no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine.
So I want to know, what do you guys think of the Oscar-nominated films? I am actually going to make another video like this for Best Animated Films, but I have not sung Song of the Sea yet. I am going to fix that by taking a lovely trip to Gainesville February 6th. Why am I going to Gainesville? Because that is the only city in all of Florida where you can watch the damn film. Not Miami, not Orlando. Well, Gainesville is closer to me than Miami, but come on, Orlando. Come on. What about Tampa? We gotta go to Gainesville. Which I hear is a lovely city. I'm looking forward to going to the Hippodrome. I heard like Gainesville is like this lovely artistic kind of a city with like fascinating architecture. So I'm looking forward to the trip, and I might make a reaction film after I see the movie. But I'm really looking forward to watching the movie, and then I'm gonna make a similar video to this for the animated films, which has Big Hero 6, The Box Trolls, Song of the Sea, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, and How to Train Your Dragon 2. So I am looking forward to making that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please watch these movies. I have never seen movies this amazing before in my life. You just gotta watch them. Pop Spectrum gives all these movies 5 pops out of 5. I know I'm being super grateful. I'm always giving 5 pops, but that's just how I feel about all these films. As much as Selma and Boyhood weren't as impressive to me, they're still excellent films. You gotta go watch them. They're done so well with the techniques behind it and everything they did for the cinematography to make these films, you gotta watch them all, especially The Imitation Game. This is Robyn from Pop Spectrum, and I need to cool down. These movies, man, these movies. Bye. Be sure to like, favorite, and comment on this video, as well as subscribe to Pop Spectrum. Thank you for watching!